What's going on today, people? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Epic God Radio. This is WTIM. I am your host, Tad Al. We have a really good one today. Um, I hope you like my shirt. Say, I'm going to let God fix it because if I fix it, I'm going to jail. So, I just, a little something that I like. But anyhow, we're gonna get right to it today. Um, we got a really good one. You know, um, this it has to do with females today. You know, just like when I was dealing with the guys, uh, you're gonna get some females. They're gonna get upset. They're gonna get upset about this. I don't think that you should. You know, but that's my opinion. You have yours as well, and that's totally fine. If you have any comments and you want to weigh in, please do. We can talk about it. Um, it's going to touch on just like what when I was dealing with the guys. I'm letting the guys know, look, this is what needs to be done when we are dealing with the ladies. And so this is a segment of what needs to be done when you're dealing with a guy. We need to understand one another. So today we are talking about to have and to hold. What role is she really playing? You know, um, we have to look at what guys really want. You know, uh, too many times when we're dealing with females, you know, um, everybody's going to look at things from their point of view. A man is going to look at his stuff from his point of view. A female is going to look at something from her point of view. You know, it's hard to point like who's important. You know, but at the end of the day, is both of them are important. But where do we start is the biggest question, you know. And I think when we start, we have to look at the position of the roles. The guy, women hold access to sex, men hold access to relationship. Am I going to stay here? Am I going to be true to this woman? Am I going to be in a real serious committed relationship? Yeah, that plays a part with females, but at the end of the day, it's the guys. Like when you look at it, females are having some problems, getting honest relationships. You know, uh, out of guys because they aren't even like they're not trying to vie for a position, with the guys. Like they're not, oh, I'm going to fight, for this position with him. You know, um, they want all the guys trying to pretty much vie for a position to be with them. That's what females are doing. It's the guy and but you have some women today they go and they approach men, but for the most part, I hear females always talk about chivalry is dead. Is he gonna open doors for me? Is he gonna do? And it's that they look at it like this is a prudent thing for you to do. Is to do this for me. Open my doors and lay your coat over a puddle for me, and things like that, but we have to look at it, uh, is what are we doing? What are we doing to present this? Like I said, they're not fighting for a position to be with the guy. You have multitudes of single females today because they believe they're showing their worth. Like what they feel is showing their worth to men. for these roles that they are wanting you to fight for. They believe that, they they go out here and they start collecting all of these, degrees and accolades and everything like that, and then they put that in front of the guy to show that, man, that's what they're worth. So they go after all of this stuff that men care nothing about. Like, don't get me wrong, every guy would like to have a intelligent woman, but okay, let's go back. There was a time where you weren't allowed in the workplace at all. You weren't allowed to go put in an application anywhere or none of that. So the dynamic changed, but the men haven't really changed. When you look at it, you weren't becoming, engineers and things like that. These weren't positions for females. So that wasn't something that the man was looking for. The man, he wanted a household. He wanted a home. That's what he want, and that's what he still wants today. You know, um, in the end, it's like the man is the one she wants to protect her. She wants him to go out here, work his job, make his money, bring that money home, and take care of her and these children. Some of those kids aren't even the man's, but they want him to do that, and come home, take care of them. They want him to protect them, put his life on the line when need arises, and they want him to worry about the future of the household. That's what women want. And but and she wants the guy to do that without showing him any part of her being worth all of that. And that's where the problem comes in with the guys. Like, they sit there and one minute, they like her and everything else like that, but then a lot of females, they jump on out there, they start having sex with the guy on the first day, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that those relationships can't work. They can. It depends on, how he's feeling about her, you know. And so even when females sit and they battle, "Oh, I'm not having sex with him on the first date," and everything else like that, it's still a body thing, when it comes to the female, and so at the end of the day, this is what she's soliciting. It's not. Back in the day, women were soliciting, "Hey, I can take care of this house and home. I can make good food. I can make quilts. I can, the children are sick. I can mix up remedies to help heal people. I can make clothes, and I can make butter from scratch. I can take my butter and I can take it over here to the church or wherever it is they go. I can make jam and things like that from scratch, and can it up, and I can sell it, at the local store. And there were ways that women went about their usefulness back in those days, and that's how they showed their worth. Today, they believe showing that worth is, I got a master's degree, I got a PhD, I'm the CEO of this, I got my own business, I got a 4-bedroom home. I had a female in Georgia tell me, I got a 4-bedroom home, I got 2 master's degrees, and I got a Range Rover sitting in my driveway. So a man need to be able to at least match me. And I'm like, oh wow, I love, what I'm saying? And she was upset. She called me. She was like, "Did you leave?" I said, "Yeah, I mean, I left." She said, "Because I didn't see, your car outside." I said, "Well, I didn't have a Range Rover. So I didn't think you even knew what kind of car I had, the way you were coming at me at the table." And this is what happens, and see, is women are thinking this stuff matters to these, that it even matters to him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about. I mean, he shouldn't. As a man, but what he should be worried about is what he can do as a. Like, this is what I can do, and the actual fact of the female is this is what I can help you do, and we're not coming from that standpoint. Just like she said, a man need to be able to at least match me. You want me to match you, and this is what's happening, today. Uh, we get to this point through, because males are still being taught mostly by single mothers, that this is how you treat women. This is how you go about this. When you dealing with a woman, this is what you should do. This is how you should do it. And they're being taught this by single mothers. Most of the fathers are gone. And we're going to get to that in a minute too, because I had someone tell me earlier today, oh, it's all because, and it's not. What a lot of people aren't looking at is it's not so much that he's a deadbeat dad. Now, don't get me wrong, you got some guys that are not good, you know, but we got what's really happening, because when a guy gets with a female, especially when you start talking about children and stuff, he really does like her. He really does. I am a firm believer of that. He really does like her. Most guys like the woman that they're talking to until she opens her mouth, and it's almost like, and I gave this example to somebody the other day. It's almost like going into an instrument store and you see this guitar and you like, oh man, that guitar is bad, man. That looked like the one that Prince was playing at the Super Bowl halftime show, man. Let me see that, man. How much is that? And he says it's $7.99. $7.99, man. Okay. So he pulls it down, and he's like, he puts it on and he hits the strings. Strings go, "Brrr." And he's like, wait a minute, hey man, what's wrong with this guitar? You talking about $7.99? What's going on with it? And he's like, oh, well, it probably just needs some tuning and everything. Oh, okay, y'all. So you'll tune it up for me. I get this today. We do tune. Okay, you done hit the man off again. Now he already like, I ain't even bought the guitar yet. Talking about me paying for it to be right. So if you want to charge me almost $1,000 right off rip, and then you want to charge me immediately to get it right. I'm buying it, and this is what's happening. So now guitar. Hey man, here take guitar back, and he see another one. Hey man, how much is that one? Oh, that's $6.99. $6.99. Can I see that one? I like that one too, man. It's pretty nice. I like that. So he gets it, and then he plugs it in, plays it, and bing, and he's like, "Oh man, I love this. Yeah, this bad right here." And now he goes to the other guitar. It's the same thing with men and women. When he starts talking to that woman and she's sitting there and she's telling him like, yeah, I want you to, I got a 4-bedroom house. I got a 2 master's degrees in a Range Rover. He's sitting there like, okay, I'm not asking you about all that. I'm trying to see what kind of woman you gonna be me. That's what I want to know. He hears you. You know what I'm saying, but it doesn't really carry weight. So and the next thing you know, he done went to the next female, or he might still mess with her just so they can sleep together. But he's not going to necessarily be true in this situation. He might be true for a little while, because what is my pursuit about to be? If is my pursuit about to be, she treats me good enough to where I want to keep her, or is it going to be, oh, she's got these accolades, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to, stick this out with her because I can see this kind of progress, and that's what it's turning out to be with a lot of these relationships, and what they're teaching the guys is how to treat the woman. But when you look at what they're teaching the females, they're teaching these females today, you don't need no man. You don't need no man to make it in this world. You can do this, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, the value of the man is being lost. You're teaching me to keep the value of the woman, but who's teaching the woman to keep the value of the man? Who's telling her this is how you need to treat him? This is how you need to be good to him. This is how you need to be good to the household. Most things that women are doing now today is outside of the home. When they go outside the home and do what they do, then they come home and they like, I got to do this and do that too. You know what I'm saying? But most men, I mean, you got some, like, because that's where the world is turning to. So it's not so much about, hey, it's what is set in stone. It's like most of the stuff is being said, like, as time goes on. I've seen it where guys say, I want my woman to be able to bring something to the table and all of this and all of that. But at the end of the day, when you're saying, I want my woman to bring something to the table, you can't sit here and be like, pull up at her table and then tell her to bring something to, because she already, that's her table. So now you have a thing where men are starting to come with their table. So if I, just like for me, if I sit up here and I come with my table, I have the table, it's like, here, this my table. I'm bringing it. This is what I'm putting forth, and because of that, my role is a lot stronger, because now, as to when I was growing up, I saw a lot of guys get kicked out of females' homes. You know, get out. I want you to get out. Police started getting involved. Domestic violence was very, very high. And this stuff was taking place. I'm not seeing it as much today. Um, Usually today, when I'm seeing like domestic issues and things like that, uh there's like some drugs and things like that are involved in it. You can almost bet your bottom dollar that there are some drugs involved in that situation, and alcohol. So, but it's drugs and alcohol, they're both drugs. But anyhow, so I mean, you go into it like, they're not really teaching females that, hey, he is important. I had a situation with a female not too long ago. It was a little while, but um, she acted a total nut. And so I was through with the situation. I'm not gonna be involved in it no more. She had left some things, with me, and I had did a lot of things, as far as she was concerned. So I got to a point where I said, I'm not putting no more of what I go out here and I work for and I make. I'm not dating her like that. So I'm not putting nothing else into you, you know. And she then wanted me to. I had sent her a bag. I sent her bag, and it didn't come to her on time. So she, what I did was I went on Amazon, bought her another bag, you know. So that's two bags right there that I had sent UPS, you know what I'm saying? So after the whole, we were just gonna go our separate ways, she kept being rude and disrespectful towards me. So I'm like, look, don't even worry about speaking to me again. Like that's over. And I guess she caught herself sending a message, and I'm like, I didn't even read it. I just blocked. We don't have to worry about it. Let me help you out. So we don't have to worry about it no more. But however, she in turn wanted me to send her stuff. I guess pay to send her the stuff that she had. I said, no. When you're ready for your belongings, you can let me know. I'll go to UPS, find out how much it costs, and I'll let you know how much it costs, and you can pay UPS, and they'll get you your stuff. Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want to keep it. You can have it, but I'm not putting nothing else into you. So there's no wrong in that. And man, you need to start standing up for this. I mean, because at the end of the day, you can't we cannot just continue to be walked over, just because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's a man, he could do this, he needs to do that. But like that's so disrespectful. You know, nobody's sitting up here saying you're a female, you need to let me screw you. You need to, like you need to go clean my house. I'm I mean, like nobody's saying that, Um and that a lot of that goes into like today, with this eye candy stuff. Most females believe that a lobster dinner is in order, like with showering of gifts and stuff, just because you're looking at her. Like this is serious. This is a thing. They really believe this. They believe that you should. You looking at me, you checking me out. You need to take me out. You need to shower me with gifts. You need make me. But see, the thing is, it's like you're not showing the guy any worth behind that. Okay, if I'm taking you out and that's what you feel that I should be doing, so what you're doing is you're using your female anatomy, to bargain with. That's what you're doing. You know, uh and which that's why this thought process is working because she more than likely can't show you any worth in any other area. So what she has at that very moment is this is what I got. If you take me out, make me feel like something, you might get to sleep with me tonight. Even when they approach you on some dating sites, if you just looking for sex, I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff shouldn't even be talked about. If a guy is looking for sex and you're not on that, delete him, go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because this is and if you're not even after that, okay. I'm not looking for sex. What worth are you showing him? Are you going in his house? Are you cooking? Are you going in his house? Did you clean it up? Did you tend to his children? Did you help him out in any kind of way? Because if you're not doing that, then what worth are you showing to the guy to show him why he needs to put his life on the line for you? Why he needs to sit up here and protect you and some children that might not be his? If somebody sits up here and they say, hey, lady, give me your purse. And he might just be ordering some food at Burger King and you standing there and this guy got a gun on you. What purpose should what worth are you showing him to where he should say, hey man, look, no, it ain't that type party, bro. You know what I'm saying? And stand in front of you and your children. Like what worth is there? So and I hope people are understanding what I'm saying here. I really do because, like I said, the female anatomy is being used here a lot in all of these cases. A lot of these females, they might not feel like that. They might not feel, but then again, it goes back to the same thing. This is what you're taught. You're not even really taught to respect me on that. Because if there was respect for me, then you would understand what I'm saying. You know, um, men, they want a household. They want a woman that loves the ground that they walk on. That's what they want. Uh, they want this so everything that she is saying she wants from him, he can get that to her in return. If you show me you love the ground I walk on, I man, listen, I'm your woman. I'm with you. I listen. What we doing, baby? What we doing today? Almost any man out here is going to fight for that. He's going to stand up and he go, oh no 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 no, not my wife, not my kids. They might not even be his kids, like I said. But if y'all showing him, hey, look, we with you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna fight for that. He's gonna stand up for that. He don't care nothing about you being a biologist, engineer, or none of that stuff. He know he got a woman that when I get home, everything right. That's what, and it's not about being a housewife and all of this other stuff. I mean, like it's just pure, plain, flat out, and simple. That's my man. That's my duty. That's my job. And that's it. That's it at the end of the day. And he doesn't have to jump out there and show, her. He don't have to show you what he's about to do. You can see and look at him and know he is an able-bodied man. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. And like without a doubt, he's fully capable. Of almost everything that you want him to do. The question is, does he want to do it for you? That's the question. And at the end of the day, he's going to base that off of her worth. To be honest, y'all, men, they want to have sex. They want to feel love. They want to feel the cool side of the pillow with their woman. That's what they want. Men, we're visual beings. When we open our eyes and see something, we like what we see. I like that cell phone. I like that laptop. I like that motorcycle. We buy it. I like that car. We get it. Back when I was younger, men will go as far as selling drugs, to get what they are after. They'll risk their life. They'll risk their freedom to get what it is they want. Respect, all of that. Men will go that far. So the question is, are you worth him going that far for you? And what are you showing him? What are you showing him to go that far? Are you, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. If you showing him that, that's going to be a short-lived relationship. It might last a couple of years, but it's going to be short-lived. You might even give him kids, but eventually, something else is going to catch him because you're not trying to catch him. You're not trying to vie for that position. Catch and keep him. My grandmother told my sister one time, take care of your man so nobody else got to. That sticks with me to this day. I heard it. I was a kid. When I heard it, I said, ooh. I didn't even know what it meant, but it sounded right. Like, it came from grandma too, and when you looked at my grandparents, they was together 63 years. 63 years. I never saw another woman on my grandfather's arms. I never once. All I knew was grandma and grandpa. That's it. Now, what he did, I was a kid, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But my grandfather was a good man. I know that. I know that for a fact. So it's like, the guy don't have to jump out there. Just like when you look at my grandmother, she know what my grandfather gonna do. She know what he's capable of. That's all you had to go on, even back in those days before you were able to go to work. All you knew was, hey man, look, he look at him. He a strong man. He got, he working. You see what he do on a daily basis. A lot of people were known by their family name. Now, don't you go over there messing with them Johnson kids. And that's what it was. You were known by your name. Your family name. Them sisters of theirs, they loose. Them boys ain't no telling what they gonna do. I seen them outside. I think they robbed that store down, and it came down to that. That's what it was. So it's at the end of the day, how are you making his world better? How are you making his world better is the ultimate outlook. That's the ultimate outlook here. With all this laid on his shoulders, him protecting you, him going out here working, bringing his money home and giving it up, to you all, like all these females. Again, in most cases today, for even children that aren't even his. Like a lot of times females, they don't even respect that fact right there. These not even his kids, but he gonna take them on. He gonna take them on. He gonna take them on because of me. So you equally have to figure out how good are you being to him. What they tell you right off rip, I'll come as a package deal. Like it is, you're talking to these guys like you're doing them a favor from taking their money. Like, I mean, that's how they're coming at them. So at the end of the day, you got to look at that. Is it becomes a real tricky situation because at the end of the day, it's like you know how to act when you go to the job, and you're dealing with, your boss or your coworkers, but then you come home and you don't know how to treat him, and so it almost seems like a slap in the face. Sometimes I tell people all the time, most women are spending more time with their boss than they are their own husband. You sit up here, you go to work, you spend, especially if there's children there. Do the math. You sleep. Let's just say you sleep. Let's say you sleep 5-6 hours a night. Okay, 5-6 hours. That's gone. You work 8 hours. Okay, so let's go 13 and a half hours right there. We're gonna stick between the 5 and 6. That's 13 and a half hours. You spend everybody spends a minimum of at least 3 hours outside of the home. A working person spends at least 3 hours outside of the home that doesn't have to do with work or sleep or anything like that. They're out there, whether it's driving, grocery shopping, uh, clothes shopping. If you got children, there's things your children need. You got to pick up food, even if it's stopping at a restaurant. There's things that you're going to spend at least 3 hours. So you're looking at almost 16 hours right there. You still have not dealt with your children. There's only 8 hours left in that day. So if you go 13 and a half hours for your job and your sleep, and then you do another 3 hours, that's 16 and a half hours. You have 7.5 hours left to deal with your children and your man. That's how much time he's getting. And I'll tell you now, at least 3 of those hours are being spent on those children without you even knowing that. You're not even going to realize that. So the only time your man get is about 4 of those hours at best. So you're spending more time with your boss, that man at your job. And this is why a lot of women end up cheating with their boss at their job. They spend more time with him. He got your woman. It's not even really your woman. And you wonder why men are cheating or like this he's not getting everything he needs in that relationship. And I'm not being funny here. I'm not throwing stones. I'm just saying, think about him, at the end of the day, is the question is, have you gone after being the wife that he wants you to be, you know, instead of what you want to give him? I'm gonna be, this is what I'm men are talking to you. They're telling you this is what I want. They're telling you from day one. From day one. So yeah, sex is part of it. Love, cherish me, cooperation. Stop talking stuff to me, because at the end of the day, I'm going out here and I'm going to bust my tail. I'm going to go make this check and bring it home. Now, hey, what do you do when he stopped doing that? You go get another man. You divorce him. What do? He's so tired and fed up. Man, he don't even want to get up this morning. You don't even make him feel like going out here and working to the bone for you. Men need to learn too, though. You got to keep that ship floating regardless of her. But that's how he gets the feeling. Are you going after being the wife he wants you to be, like you're going after being, like after you're going after your careers and your degrees? That's the big question. That's what we mean right here today in this situation. What role is she really playing? Are you after me? Are you vying for that position to be with me, to sit up here and protect you, to sit up here and worry about the future of our household? Are you getting that from me? And if you're not, is it because you are more into your career and your degrees and what you want? Are you more interested in what you want to give me instead of what I'm wanting from you? There's a lot of things here. I hope I didn't step on toes too bad. you know I hope I didn't. But listen, people, always I'm here for questions and comments. I love to talk about it. Please don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. I'm gonna keep coming at you every Sunday around 9:30. I'm gonna keep coming at you all with a new subject. I already got one coming for next week. I don't even want to give it away yet, but we'll be back next week. Welcome, always. This is Epic God Radio, WTIM. I am your host, Tad Al. I love you, and we are out of here.